Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. I'm always horrified I'm doing something wrong when I start a stream. But yeah, it's been a really long time since I've done one of these. Hi, talk to camera, say the word things. And I just wanted to say hello, do the casual ease into it thing. Because there is almost this weird aspect of streaming, the parasocial side where it's like, yeah, it's like not having spoken to someone for a while, you know? Like, ooh, it's been a while. You know, do I still call you chat, or have you moved on? You evolved a new nickname since last time? Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be some fun. One of the things I like to do, and I'm just like casually chatting, you know? Just chatting, as they call it in the streaming world. Whenever I'm in like a Minecraft world and like we're about to do something, I just find myself like jumping around on blocks. Like, you know, like, ooh, let's jump on this and then jump back. And you know how every single Minecraft server used to have, like, parkour in the lobby? Well, one of the things I found interesting is CubeCraft, the biggest Minecraft Bedrock server, added a parkour game mode. And I was expecting it to be like, ooh, it's a competitive thing. And there is a competitive version of it, which isn't very good in my opinion. But also you can just... Oh, wow, look at this, by the way. Have you ever seen a server do this? This is interesting. In fact, it's so good, I'm going to roll up my green screen. Just so you can see behind me. I like that right now my chair is kind of just like semi-transparent, right? Like it's the magic Minecraft chair that can let you see the past. But instead, as you can see, look at that. Look at these Minecraft menus. I literally was here like 4 days ago, and it was just like a Minecraft box. This is like a whole thing they made themselves. So, yeah, we can do parkour. We can do easy. Whoa, look at this menu. Am I in, like... This is... Okay, something I think a lot of people forget. One of the, like, you know, the one real talent in Roblox, right, is that they effectively... They outsource the making of games to people outside the game, you know? Like, you're playing on Roblox is like playing on a server. Also, I... See that? Also, thank you. Man, the chat is so crowded. Look at this. Tax, welcome back. Thank you for the first tip in literally a month into Star 22. It's good to see you, by the way. How's it going? But man, look what's going on here. So yeah, we can replay it over and over again until we get a gold coin, gold star, gold medal, I guess, just like that. And now look at me, I get a gold medal. And I don't even know what the gold medal's ever gonna do. I don't care about them, but there's a part of me that's just like, oh, that's cool. So just bounce on the blocks. There's a vague goal. We want to get a ton of gold medals, probably. But again, there's no pressure. It's just opportunity to talk, chill, chat. It's gonna be fun. Also, Brenner Y, thank you very much for becoming a member. Wait, that's not Brenner Y. Thank you very much to... Oh, it was Brenner Y. Sorry, yeah, wait, what just showed? Oh, it was Harrison, having been a member for 26 months. Yeah, we're gonna get a ton of those. It's gonna be great. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the menu. We're gonna go back to not easy difficulty. Also, thank you, Cat Beanie, for 30 months of membership. So yeah, on YouTube, there's something called a channel membership, and once you have done more than a certain number of months, you get like a free message that does the thing. However, I guess Streamlabs still doesn't show the message on screen. It just says person has become a member. You know, what person? I feel like person is not a very precise category, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna have some fun. 1v1 at parkour or you're trash. Yeah, so we're gonna use the day as an opportunity to talk about some things. You know, with the situation going on, you know the situation, right? The real bad. Oh man, I feel like it's a laggy server, but it's probably. Oh wait, am I not allowed to do that? It's invisible. Oh, I get it. So like, you've got to jump as if. Oh, I get it now. Okay, so we just gotta, and then we're gonna mute the chat. Not because I care about people in there, just because chat is so huge in Minecraft Bedrock. It's like a genuine problem. Hey, thank you, Ian Peterson Schnell, for being 6 months of membership. Let's send another ping. Toycat does it well. Toycat does it well indeed. Also, thank you, Brennan. Do appreciate it. So that's the parkour. Now we've just got to do that in less than 21 seconds. See, that's it. For me, this is the hardest thing, like coordinating based on blocks on the ground. But I think we can do it if we believe in ourselves, right? I can't because I can't see, like, where the block is that I've got to jump to, you know? Like, I've got to... Okay, that was something. There we go, 6 seconds. It didn't feel like 6 seconds, but it counted. Why is Pancake Day an international sensation, but not every other national day, says Locomotive Steam Train? Okay, can we talk about holidays? Because it is Pancake Day today. And I guess if you're... Oh, this is a hard one. Okay, I see the challenge. I guess if you are American or whatever...
back. I've missed you. Smiley face.
I've missed you too, Jackie. You know, I think the weird thing about not streaming is like, although there's other things in my life where I'm like, we'll just, you know, this will come up, you know. And it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to miss streaming. You know, like I think the cool thing about streaming in the way that we do. Okay, so there's clearly we've got to find a path through this one. I don't know why I'm finding this so hard, but that's why it's fun. Yeah, I think that. Oh my god. Okay, so we just jump and then we like jump and then we jump and then that maybe. The weird thing about streaming. Okay, so this isn't blue anymore. Been loving the second channel videos. Also found an old one where you did your intro in German. As an American living in German, das war lustig. Well, hallo, ich bin Toy Katzen. I know what toy is actually. Gonna be honest with you. It's been a long time since I practiced any German. You know what? The problem with learning European languages is like, what's the point? Is like, I find this like with it's a problem too. Like if you're gonna live in a country, like I'm sure living in Germany, you need your German skills. But like as an outsider, like if I try to practice German, people would just be like, oh, English, perfect. And it's like, how can you not interpret that to be like, oh yeah, well clearly they would prefer to speak a language where we understand each other better than one where we don't. You know, it's like selfish to speak this language where they're gonna have to hear you butcher their language or whatever. What do you think about the other side of disc, says Brianna Y. I really like the other side disc personally. Toy Cat in German, Spielzeug Katze. Spielzeug Katze. I cannot do this. I don't know what's wrong. I should have picked like parkour. Okay, you know, if we just pick parkour that is not like if literally any other parkour, right? Can I go back and then? No wait, we go to close. Why do back and close do the same thing? Okay, there we go. We'll just do one that isn't so crazy. Hopefully. So yeah, this is look at this. We just jump on the blocks. I can jump on blocks. That's the whole point of parkour, in my opinion. Yeah, I basically I had words I was gonna say, but yeah, no, I think that like I love long form, let's have chat sort of things. I feel like it's been lacking for a bit, and part of the reason is because it's been January. My January was February. By the way, okay, how do you say February, chat? Like, do you say the R or do you not? February or February? Because I only learned there was an R at the start recently, and it's kind of blown my mind. It's like if you know, like, you know Wednesday? If you never read the word, you might just assume, like, how would you assume that word is spelled? February. With the R, right? Like, why is there an R in there? And we just kind of, like, what's the scoop with that? February with an R? Wednesday, says Harrison Gray. Right, like, why is it not spelt that way? I'm so confused as to, like, I guess, any word that's existed for too long in English eventually gets butchered because, like, you know, people find lazy ways to do something. I detest the way Wednesday is spelt. Oh, we failed it. See, look at this. There's a little shortcut we can do right here. There is not a shortcut we can do right here. I know someone says Wednesday, not Wednesday. See, here's the thing. They're considered the weird ones, right? Like, objectively speaking. Also, whoever gives Toy Cat the most money wins, says Cat Beanie. See, that's what I like to call the game of life. That is how you win the overall game. And right now, it's Cat. Thank you very much. Also, I'm not a gamer at all. I tune in for the dialogue, says Brennan. See, that is so interesting to me. Do you even understand what's going on at some point? Or are you just like, yeah, I'd love to hear you talk about words and languages. I do think there's a real, like, I wish there was an easier way to find the way to do this or make it interesting. It was just like, yeah, what if we did a live stream that was solely audio? I actually, you know, to me personally, I like having the game there. I feel like to some extent just getting something done while you chat is really effective. And I like, you know, I think I would still do it even if it was audio only. But I've always, you know, like, if you think about a podcast, it's like, well, yeah, that's it's not the same thing, is it? There's a distinct difference. And it's like radio has been dying for God knows how long. Oh, what did I just do? Oh no, please let me back. You know, I wish there was a proper audio solution, because, you know, sometimes you do want to, oh God, what is happening here? Sometimes you really do just want, you know, like to have your eyes free to play a game, but also have that part of you in the head be entertained. You know, the example I've always heard but never tried is like driving, right? Because it's something that is, you can't shut your eyes while driving legally for a very long period of time. It's very strange, you know, the way we say that, but safety or something. But yeah, it's very boring at the same time sometimes. The times where you're driving a car fastest are the time that it's most boring, which is probably one of the most interesting, like, quirks of the human race, I might say. But it's boring, and so you need... I was really, really, really tired. Like, an unhealthy amount of tired. It wasn't my decision. I have many regrets. But I was really tired, and I was just like, okay, I need something to make this work. And I was like, I'll turn on the radio. And the radio was terrible, by the way. But, like, the idea that the radio could be good, like, that I was willing to try it, I was like, I get the point of this now. Prolonged biking, not recommended. Oh, blinking, not recommended. I think, you know, my crazy hot take, my absolutely insane opinion is that, okay, we got this. I think that you should just be able to take a nap while driving. I think that if we weren't so, what's the word? Like, we have this fear of new things. You know, we fear new diseases more than we fear old diseases. Like, we have never shut down our entire society for respiratory disease season. You know, every year, an insane number of people die. And we don't even, like, promote masks or whatever, right? And then one year we have this novel virus of a corona nature, and we're like, wow, this is, all these deaths are, like, brand new, right? There's something scary about additional risk versus accepted risk. Like, I don't know, what's an example? Like, if alcohol wasn't invented already, you would never be able to legalize, like, oh yeah, there's this liquid, you drink it, and then it, like, impairs your judgment and makes you laugh and dance a little bit more. And also it messes up your liver in some number of years' time. You wouldn't be able to... I'm gonna go get my kids stabbed against diseases tomorrow, says Cat Beanie. Oh, congratulations. Also, this is why we have public transit. The problem with public transport, this is... I wanted to talk about this for a while, right? Because I think anyone who's, like, a big advocate for it has to acknowledge that, like, you make this huge... Like, okay, the reason... The thing that you can never perfectly nail, and if you can nail it, you nail it only in the biggest cities, is, like, public transport, like, everything to do with people. Also, Toy Cat, I'm upset by the furnished XP patch, so I've ordered a Chinese, and I'm focusing on a big ice project. It's nice to see you. You've ordered a Chinese, eh? What's your go-to Chinese order? One of my... Okay, this is the weirdest thing to say out loud, but just if you could humor me, British people off the internet... I'm not good at parkour. If you could humor me, British people of the internet. Like, I have, like, Chinese food that I like, and I have American Chinese food that I like. But whenever I see, like, a British Chinese menu, every food dish is just like chicken in I don't know, black bean sauce. It's like I'm not paying £6 or London like £8 for just chicken and sauce. That's not a meal. I think you misunderstand what. Like, you can be excited about lasagna because they're like, yeah, we take the egg sheets and we put it in the spaghetti and then we take. What? Like, wait, what's? Oh god, I did this wrong, didn't I? Yes, I did. Like what's there to be excited about with just like, oh, we cook some chicken and we put it in some sauce and there's some vegetables in there. We think, give me that egg foo young. It's just rice. You just order rice at your Chinese. That's disappointing. Well, no public transport talk for us. Everything that humans do well is most effective when you do it on large scales. And so the thing that makes public transport work is when you can scale it up. It is cheaper, faster, and also thank you, home base secure Serenity. A wild toy cat's appeared. Glad to see you back in the streams. Definitely missed them. Yeah, I want to ease into it because I have this like weird anxiety around streaming. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I really enjoy when I'm doing them, but I have this like awful lead up into it where I'm like, oh no. I've been having that for videos recently too. It's one of those things where I'm trying to ignore it, which is I think the best way to deal with most problems. Which sounds sarcastic, right? But like, when you give in too much to your own problems, you allow your problems to make themselves bigger. Find solutions, not problems, is always my. Damn it, we get really close. My goal is always like find solutions, don't find problems. Like there's enough people and reasons to find problems. You gotta find them solutions. Those are the hard things in life. And see, I've just been having streams must be a nightmare for you. Yeah, I find streams to be really fun most of the time. It's this fun back and forth of chat, saying hi to people like you, RB, and talking about Chinese food. But I don't know. I think basically anything that involves humans can be this like level of unpredictability, right? Can I complain about something, internet? I'm gonna do it anyway. You can't stop me. Okay, so there was a ton of rats found in my rat left behinds found in my house. And so my first thing I do is I call up the drain police, or I call up people who know how drains work. Not drains. I call up people like the pest control, right? There were rats in my house. There might still be rats in my house, or maybe mice. I don't know what the functional difference is, but I know rats live in sewers for some reason. And so it's really simple. I call up the rat people, and I'm like, hey, can you get rid of my rat problem? Or tell me if it's already gone. That would be cool too. This was in October maybe? And so let me tell you what's happened since. They come over and they find out that, oh, you don't have access to your own drains. I don't know if this happens anywhere else in the world. Had to stream when I have class. So rude. Anyway, happy 2-year anniversary to me. Happy 2-year anniversary, Emma Swift. I'm sorry that I wait. Why'd you have a class at? I can't imagine what time it is. I can't do time zone conversion. I'm unable to. But that seems weird. It feels like East Coast time zones shouldn't be in class times right now. But anyway, so I want to tell you about this because it's bugging me so bad. Like it literally I just had to like my brain just hurt for so long today on something so dumb. So apparently I don't have my own drain access. It's only in my my neighbor's my neighbor's drain is my drain. I don't know why that's true. Oh my god, so close. I don't know who would design a system that way, but apparently those people did. The people who design, and so I don't have the ability to fix my own rat problem. It is at the behest of the people who live next door to me. Yeah, the only problem being is they have like a very big phobia of rats, and they have very busy schedule. I don't know what to do all day, but they work real jobs or something, like lame nerds. And so as a result, like it's like, okay, we have to come back when they're in, And what I've been doing for literally 4 months now, 4 months now, is I ask the neighbors, like, when can they come over? They'll give me a narrow time zone, like, oh yeah, Saturday, 2:30 to 2:37. And I go back to the drink company. They're like, we can do 3 Mondays from now. And I'll be like, okay, I'll see if that works. They'll be like, Monday's not good. 3 Mondays from now. How about Sunday? Two moons from now. And I go back and forth. And every single time one of them agrees, the other one cancels, right? I have a rat problem. And it's not, I don't know how to deal with rats. And also, I don't have the ability to, even if I did. I have an issue that I can't solve. And I have an issue that I can't solve that the next problem down, which is like getting access to it. And it's the world's most frustrating thing is 2 people being frustrated with each other, but they're not talking to each other, they're only talking to you. I have the equivalent, I have like the adult contractor equivalent of like, you know, when your friend won't talk to your other friend and is like, tell Andrew that I'm not feeling good with him. It's like, tell him yourself. but actually, in this case, they have my money. And there's someone I live right next to, and they're very, very upset with. And it's like, you know, like in reality, they're like, oh yeah, this is fine, you know. And then the 5th time it happens, it's like, come on, surely someone has to acknowledge at this point that this is ridiculous. And I don't know, the reason that I'm really upset here is because they both have such a strong incentive to get this done too. Like if you are my neighbor and you learn that I have a rat problem, it's a very, very big deal that you make sure that doesn't become your rat problem. If you are a company that makes money from performing a service, it's probably in your interest that you perform that service. But no. And I don't know why, but like just the minor, like upsetting someone, in this case 2 people, over something you can't control is like one of the worst feelings, right? So peanut butter and rat poison. The thing is, I'm like relatively sure. I don't know how sure, but I'm like somewhere between 50 and 60% sure that I don't have rats anymore. The only problem being is I don't think that's a high enough percent to just cool it all off. Because like they were living in between the floorboards or something. I don't even understand what floorboards are, honestly. I know they're boards that go on the floor. Put a strong deterrent near the access point. Maybe rats will go to the neighbors instead. See, but like that's the thing. If it's even worse because the only way they'd be accessing is from the neighbors, which means either they had the rat problem and it spread to me, or it's already spread to them. And so like, why would they not be incredibly? The only reason I can think of that they wouldn't be carrying incredibly large amount is because they're like aware and they're in denial. You know, there's this weird thing people have where like addressing pain makes the pain real, whereas pretending there is no pain makes sure it goes away. Begging a business to let them give you money. It's I know it's crazy stuff, right? It's the crazy world in which we live. I think that's something people like, you know, I think I have a much more pessimistic worldview than most people. And even I, by the way, like I've had a few comments being like, talk about Ukraine, as if like hearing a Minecraft YouTuber talk about it, gonna make you whole, gonna teach you that one thing you didn't know. But like I'm a more pessimistic person than most, and that was something I genuinely didn't see coming. I was so sure that every time someone spoke about the invasion, they were like, it was posturing, that like, you know, like it's the easiest way to make your, you know, adversary look like a madman is insist they're about to invade. Like, who invades in the modern age? And the answer is, well, Russia, apparently. But the reason that I wanted to talk about it is, you know, even me, like, being more pessimistic than most, not seeing this thing coming. And the same is true, I guess, like, I'm always, like, enthralled by how optimistic people can be about things that they don't understand. Because it's the easiest default in some ways. I think it might have been faster not to do all of this. Yeah, that probably wasn't very good. Yeah, I definitely got to cut across next time. Yeah, wait one sec. How are you doing, by the way, everyone? You having a good evening? I hope so. yeah, okay, so we're gonna jump back, just go back to the little pressure plate and let's go. I think the, you know, the scary thing you're seeing with any country going through inflation or money issues is immediately people are like, oh my god, I need to get my hands off this money and into physical things. That could be a brand new car if you want a new car. That could be, you know, another country's currency, as you see in, like, Russia, for instance. Or, you know, cryptocurrency in some cases. That could be, you know, like, all the things that you've been saving for, start buying them now. And the funny thing is, like, how bad that destabilizes everything. Like, if everyone starts to buy the things they want, we all don't get what we really want. And that makes you realize the funny thing. Like, you know, this is almost like money philosophy, I guess. But if everyone tries to buy something with their money and they can't, and damn it, I don't know how I'm gonna pull this one off, huh? Like, if I guess it makes you question the very concept of fractional reserve banking. If you don't know, when you put your money in a bank, you know, you deposit your £1,000 in a bank because that's the money you'd like to save. The bank lends that out, not once. You know, like, they don't have your money in a bank. They'll lend your money out there, but they won't just do it once, they'll do it multiple times. Effectively, like, increasing the money supply. They can lend your £1,000 to 3 separate businesses, and as a result, they can make, you know, 3 times the money than if they lent out once. But also, they create 3 times the money, and it's very interesting concept. However, if you know, like, you have £1,000, someone else has £1,000, and I have £1,000, and all 3 of us spending our money at the same time causes it to lose value and not work. You know, best example would be if there's 2 cars that cost, you know, £500 each. Right now, or yeah, let's say a car costs £500, right? And we all have £1,000. We all are worth 2 cars. We have a total value of 6 cars. But if in reality there's only 2 cars, and the moment one of us buys a car, the second one goes up in price to a full 1,000, so that only me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you can't actually all have the same thing, does your money really have value? You can do it. This one is tough like Deep Slate. See, it's not even that hard, right? It's just that it's like, I don't understand the strategy. I'm definitely not doing it right. Damn it. Yeah, unless I've just got to do the whole rest of the course a little bit faster, which totally could be true. Don't get me wrong. Unless I'm just doing the rest of it very slightly wrong. Yeah, I think I can make that jump if I really nail that, maybe. Are you gonna get a haircut soon, Kat? Your hair is fine, but it could use some work. I was thinking of like, even now, I still go all the way back to where I used to live to get a haircut. I need to work out, like, someone who I'm enthusiastic. Like, when I go to the haircuttery, I always come back, like, because one of the main benefits is, like, it's a big self-esteem boost. In the same way, wearing a suit, you don't do it because the fabric's great. Maybe I can't do that. You don't wear a suit because the fabric is nice or it feels good on you. You wear it because you're like, ooh, you feel good when people look at you, or whatever it is. I need so I don't know if this even is a thing men have or if we just all compromise and whatever, but I definitely okay, I can do this. Can I save 0.7 seconds on this? Am I just missing a platform? I bet that's also true. I just want someone who can, like, deal with that for me, I guess. Because, like, thinking to yourself, like, how would you like your hair to look for the next 4 to 5 months? And also, what can someone actually do about it? It's really hard, you know? It's really hard. So yeah, I know someone, I'm like, here is a picture of me that I like. Make me look like me. And it's like, even that, like, over enough years, that's going to stop working. Because I don't want to look like me at 20, 25 when I'm 29. Or, yeah, heaven forbid, older than the 20s. Can you play Tetris on stream, Toy Cat? Do. Have they made Tetris in Minecraft yet? If they haven't, I'm disappointed. Do you know Tetris theme A? You know, That's maybe it's theme B actually, but That's like a Russian folk song. I think that's very interesting. I didn't know. Maybe it's a Ukrainian folk song, and I'm getting that mixed up. I'm pretty sure it's a Russian folk song. And again, it was just like the music they decided to choose, but now it's known as the Tetris music. I think that's beautiful, personally. Can you hive PvP? Honestly, I'm not a big PvP guy. I like Skywars as like my one game mode that I got really into for one bit there. But even that, it's like, man, I'm gonna stop. I can't do it, okay? I'm bad at parkour. I clearly cannot do it. Wait, is this level 6? Oh, it is. Oh, no, it's not. It's very different. Rat, Sputin. It's called Kobraniki. Also, what do you think of the new CubeCraft UI? I really like it. I didn't even realize that servers could do this order of, you know, this magnitude of improvement. I avoid drag clicking or modifying click pattern. Okay, you know, it's fine. Yeah, I was really go from the first slime to the block. Yeah, maybe that'll work if I'll try that next time, King Carrot. But yeah, so long story short, people are very optimistic that like, oh yeah, we can just like do all these things and it won't be the inflationary thing, and like, you know, like and like there won't be any this, and like, you know, like something I think about all the time is people who are like super pro, you know, like, I don't know, green energy, but then also want cheaper electricity. And there's no dissonance in their mind that those two things are perfectly, or like, you know, less reliance on like, you know, the gas from maybe a country that everyone's a little mad at right now. But also, you know, cheaper, or whatever else, you know, like trying to like, mix different goals when, in reality you get like, you know, often one, and that's the type of optimism. Okay. Yeah, that definitely won't work, right? That's definitely not gonna work. IBX Toycat thoughts on Reddit. Reddit's pretty good, but it has an issue of people tend to congregate around the most popular opinions, which, you know, that's the whole point of it. But sometimes the most popular opinion is not the most useful opinion. And I think that's a real problem we end up at. Also, do a dab. My 19th birthday is on Thursday. I will not do a dab just because your birthday is on Thursday. Hate to tell you. Price to ecology ratio. Yeah, that's the funny thing, right? If you are an elected leader, your people, no one will ever say, I want dirty gas. Or coal or whatever else. What they will say is, oh my god, I cannot afford to heat my home and I'm literally dying. There's some fun stat about, like, the average price for a rise in energy costs and how many people that leads to die. But it's non-significant, right? And it's like, there's also a stat about how many people die from X number of degrees of climate change. And that's also horrifying. However, as an elected official, you're elected by a group of people in your area and not in the world. And do you think, therefore, you should care about them more? Dazed and Confused Sean says, hello, Diamond Cat Club. I actually do think this is a real, like, even the most idealistic person in the world probably shouldn't be saying that you expect the people that you elect to look after people that they didn't elect instead of you. Like, their whole job is looking after it. It'd be like, you know what? I think it'd be really cool if my parents didn't look after... You know, like, I don't mind if my parents ignore me. You know, as long as they're, you know, like, I don't know. What's an important thing? You know, I don't mind that my mother ignored me because she was a really important lawyer or something. Oh, wait, I know what it's going to be. I'm really stupid for not saying this till just now. We leave, instead of going all the way to the top, we'll just leave a bit early. Because if we go from, like, here, we can make that, I think. Maybe one more. Hi, Toycat. I pretty much never comment or talk in chat, but I always appreciate your videos and live streams. Thank you for everything you do. No, thank you, Mr. Teapot 03. I really appreciate comments like yours. You know, the reminder of the very large number of people who are just, you know, here vibing, chilling, doing their thing. I think that I think it's oh too common to focus on a vocal. Oh, There we can do it, right? That's me, says Cameron Fleming. Yeah, no, it's something I value. Greatly. Such a chill stream, says Brandon Logan. I don't know. This is why you need to like step back and strategize sometimes, I think. Like I just come on. Okay, so I've got to leave that block way later. One more might be. Yeah, I think at some point we have to say we're not doing this today. Okay, we'll just go back. You know, we got a silver. Silver's good. That's basically more than silver. Okay, let's go. Cuboids. Cuboid sound. No available servers. Are they? Is that a joke? Am I not? What do you mean no available servers? It's a. I just want to jump on some blocks. Fine. I'll play Drought. Oh, okay. I won't play anything. Thank you, Jack Cuff. Happy Welsh and Pancake Day. Do those things line up every year, or is it like a really cool coincidence that it's both Pancake Day and St. David's Day today? Like, oh. Okay. Huh. I don't know. Player size? Am I guess we leave. And then we try again from here, maybe? Is there a ton of people who have joined? No, there's not a ton of... I was worried, like, well, my massive live stream. Let's try one of these levels, and let's see how well we do at hard parkour. That should solve all of our issues, right? Just picking a harder difficulty. Okay, let's do this. So it's lots of single blocks. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm not. Oh, okay, yeah, it takes a lot more like focus and resolve here. Don't have the parkour skill yet. Hopefully will by the end of today's live stream. There we go. Okay, so you need a lot of like actually close to the edge jumps here. But we got it. No, okay. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I think that's what separates like normal parkour from like actual parkour, is like being able to get these like edge of the block jumps. It looks the exact same amount of difficulty from the outside, but I think it's a lot more. Can I just jump from here actually? Will that achieve anything? That won't. Do a poll on St. David's Day versus Pancake Day. Oh, I wanted to talk about why Pancake Day is a thing, because hello, welcome to the live stream, everyone just joining right now, including Ash123 Cool Players and Angel Taylor and AI3444. You're not just joining, but what would happen if Toycat wasn't yes? The world would literally implode under its own weight. But oh damn it. We need toggle sprint for Bedrock. There is toggle sprint for Bedrock. It's the left control. You can assign it to your controller. I think it's assigned to like up on the D-pad by default. I don't ever use it though. I wonder if I would. Actually, should we do some parkour on the controller just to see how this goes? I might. Yeah, I think I might have a better grasp on it, honestly. Nope, I lied. I definitely lied. Okay, well, I thought this would solve all of my issues, but now I'm just a robot. Okay. Actually, you know what? We got a little bit better there, but not enough. Okay, so this is a perfectly like cloned map, so it doesn't really matter in the end. The sky is blue and the blocks is yellow is a subtle reference to Ukraine. Respect, says McDonald's Town. I think one of the most interesting things about seeing a bad situation in the world is seeing people's reaction. If you could have two superpowers, what would they be? Says MJTP4351. You pick the superpower to give yourself more superpowers, but failing the cheese solution, which is obviously what you got to do all the time. I think if you could pick two superpowers, you'd definitely go with one that's mental. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it like, I think the superpower you'd pick tells people a lot about your insecurities to some extent. But I think I'd like the ability to read minds. Maybe being a shapeshifter too. That'd be pretty interesting. I feel like you could use shapeshifter to do so many interesting things. Ah, damn it. right? My left click stick is mapped to sprint. The problem with that is like sprinting, like for something like this, sprinting, left sticking forwards and running is hard. I guess left sticking forwards while moving direction is hard, is my point. I think I've tried it a few times and I never enjoyed it. I think that is the default though, now that you mention it out loud. Damn it. Use auto jump, says Warden. You know what? See, this is why I cannot do this. We're gonna go back. Gonna go back. And then we go back one more. And then we go to normal. And then we hope that it's actually gonna let me in now. Cuboid, can I play? What has happened? Like, why can I... Maybe they put fewer servers on the ones that are further down. Like, can we play Void? No, yeah, every medium level is just gone. So, I think I prefer easy to this, just because on easy you don't even have to think about anything. You just gotta roll the dice. Okay, let's play. No available... Okay. Okay, this is strange. This is incredibly strange. I can read minds already. It's not as pleasant as it seems. I hate to tell you, but if you think you can read minds, you definitely cannot. Otherwise, you'd know what's on my mind right now. Okay, so we just go nice and slow. We can speed it up later. No. Okay. 24 seconds. It's a bronze. You're too famous for Minecraft jumping, says 2Hugo. Thank you for saying I'm famous. I appreciate that. Is it lobster rolls? It's always lobster rolls. I had the best lobster roll in Canada. You know what? To those of you who give me money specifically so I can enjoy lobster rolls, I do have to say, not only... like, in Canada's currency is a lot weaker, but there's a lot of things that aren't priced based on economics, they're based on psychology. And so a lobster roll is still $19 in Canada, but it's 19 Canadian dollars. And so instead of being an absurdly expensive food, it's like pretty expensive. And so I had a really good lobster roll on if you know Vancouver, it was on Granville Island. I think that's a famous island. I don't think it should be famous. I would like to boycott this island, because to go back to public transportation, the only way to access the island is to pay like $2 for like a private boat. And it's like a private boat. It's not public. The city doesn't have public transport out there. They just have these little private boat buses. And they're really cool. I do enjoy their existence. But it's like, this feels like, you know, I feel like we're doing something wrong. I feel like we should be building something out there rather than relying on boats. Like, I feel like the one role everyone agrees, like everything, the biggest thing a government should be doing, on top of all the other important things, like, I don't know, well, you know, like, there's lots of important things that happen, I'm sure, is like, it should be building that infrastructure. Why isn't there a bridge there yet? Give me a bridge rather than a little boat. Just moved back to New England and have yet to have a lobster roll since I've been back, says Michael D. I used to think that, like, if I realized, because I always try lobster rolls that aren't in the style that I know, just in case, like, oh, I haven't tried the right one. No, the main style of lobster roll, like M-A-I-N-E, not main, like M-A-I-N, is terrible. It's just like, you know, bad meat in a bun. No. I think is it Connecticut style is what it's called? But the style they do in the northeast of America, they get it. You cover it in butter. I'm not there for the weird fish from the sea that looks like a cockroach. I'm not there for that animal. That's you know, like, that's not what I'm there for. The spiders of the ocean floor. What I'm in there for is I'm there for the butter that is grilled to the bun and then is covered over the top anyway. And why don't they understand it? Bridge to Hawaii. You know, I don't want to... I still don't understand why I can't... Oh, God. Yeah, server's gone real laggy. It probably is my connection just being used up by the stream. Let's see if we can now play on Jurassic. Play this level. Please let... Yay, there we go. Okay. So we just got to exit fully. Oh, yeah, people used to think lobster was gross and served it prisoners. I think we're seeing the same thing happen with... So, again, like, I'm gonna talk about Hi, do you have the steps? Oh god, what sort of a question is that? I'll come by bus. Sorry, I got a very strange message from a contractor. If you want to go back and listen to what I said out loud, then you can work out what that is. But anyway, build a bridge from the UK to US. See, because I'm always curious about these sorts of things. Because everyone who's ever been on a bridge has thought, like, why can't we do this? If you built a bridge from the UK to America, and then you make the speed limit on the bridge, you know, let's say you make it extra fast at like 100 miles per hour. If you did that, it would still be a bridge that you'd be driving on for 30 hours non-stop. Like, it would be impossible to maintain focus. So you'd have to limit cars to all be going exactly 100 miles per hour, which is 30 over the speed limit of either country. But, you know, international waters, it's fine. And so it's like 30 hours is so long that, like, there's no focus. So you've got to have... Oh, wait, we need to go back to the previous level. You've got to have some form of, like, you know, rest stop on there. And so it's like... So you're not just building a giant bridge with all of the supports across an ocean, by the way, which is near impossible. It'd have to be a floating bridge, and it'd still interrupt global traffic. So it'd be a floating bridge with giant gaps in it. Just give it Autobahn rules. Hey man, love your videos, playing CubeCraft. I am playing CubeCraft too. What are the odds that we're on the same server? Actually quite high because of the nature of this. Train bridge over the Atlantic. If I wanted to dox you, I wouldn't listen to what you said to your contractor. I'd look at the location that you posted with your tweet, says Orange Brian Smith. Oh yeah, I looked at those and I was like, oh no, did I post my location? And then I was like, oh wait, oh no, did I? And I saw that it was like, oh thank God, it's somewhere nowhere near me. Because like I would have assumed that. By the way, this is the dumbest feature. If you share your location with one tweet, it assumes that you want to share your location every tweet without your permission. Scariest thing as a public figure, by the way. So like, I wanted to share like I'm in Snowdon, and then it just assumed like, yeah, we'll just keep sharing that forever. And then so it shared the Costco I was in. I didn't think that was a big deal. Like, okay, that's fine. And then it tried to share my home location, but it didn't. It got very far off, thankfully. But it's like, what sort of a feature is that, Twitter? Traveling to London on Sunday from the US. Staying near Waterloo Station. Any recommendations on a good place to eat in the vicinity? So, the Waterloo Station in particular, Damp Cribs, is like, it's like commuter town. It's like where there's a lot of, like everyone's there in a hurry to get home from things. So you'll find a lot of chains and like, you'll find, you know, stuff like that. The big exciting stuff to eat, I would say, you might want to go just a little bit, you know, like, I don't know, slightly north of the river, or slightly south to Elephant and Castle is a very cool area. You go slightly north and you're in, like, I guess it, like, honestly, the problem with the question, where is there good to eat? I used to think there was, like, the objective right answer to this, but it depends on, like, do you want fancy? Do you want, like, functional? Do you just want the best food possible and everything else is secondary? Because if you're an American coming to the UK, you're going to be disappointed with our portion sizes. You're going to be like, well, you know, it might say that it's good on the tin, but how can it be good if I leave the restaurant and I'm not viscerally, you know, upset with the amount of food in my stomach? Yeah, I think that's the hard thing. Best food possible and everything else is secondary. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I always want from food recommendations, right? Like, I don't care about the service. In fact, I love a place that has bad service but is still well liked, because that tells you know the place is good. But whereas when someone's nice to you, like, oh hi, how's it going? It's like, no, people just like that someone is nice to them for once in this cruel planet. I'm here for good food. I want someone who's like, what do you want? I went to a pizza place that won some awards in Canada, and like, I think it was run by a husband and wife. They had like some form of domestic argument in front of us, the customers. They're like, hey, that's you don't put that on the cheese. I think they're from New York for some reason. I have no idea why they were New Yorkers in Vancouver. You don't put that one on the vegan, or something like that. And I was like, There's a very funny little, there's a Burger King in Waterloo Station that's alright, I guess. It says, visit Winchester. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, no, I'm trying to now think, like, what's my favorite place I've eaten near Waterloo in particular? Because again, I feel like the most common area I'm at is, like, just a little bit north of there. The big tourist area is Covent Garden, which is, like, where you want to, like, go and look at or whatever. But, best food. Hi, Toy Cat. We're currently looking into the issues of our medium difficulty maps. We'll keep you updated. Are they... Was that targeted at me? Is that... How did that just happen? Did that just happen? You know, it's fine. So, Toy Cat, would you tip a bad waiter? In America, you tip a bad waiter just on the off... Okay, you know what? Americans and their tipping mythology. I've been meaning to dive into this in a video. But I used to buy into the mythos of, oh, you have to tip in America. You know why you have to tip? Because they literally don't pay them correctly. And otherwise, you're starving. But you know what annoys me? Is that if you go to the states where it's legally required to pay the same minimum wage, and where, you know, like, all these things, people still tip the same amount. It's like, I was excited, you know, it's like, what's the deal with tipping? Wow, I mean, it's a country, you know, like, you turn the rant from, like, why should you pay extra for something that is a part of the service into, oh yeah, America's just so mean, not paying. The waiters make the same amount, like, unless you're saying minimum wage is literally not enough to live on, and some people can make that argument. They say, whatever, and, you know, higher end restaurants can pay more or whatever. They're not paying as much as perhaps they were tipping not a thing, is maybe the argument. But not enough to justify, like, yeah, if you don't give them $30 on top of your meal, then, I mean, you're literally gonna starve. It's like, like, I think it's so disingenuous to pretend that tipping isn't being nice, but is instead a requirement, right? Like, I think that defeats the point of it. Same with tipping on a live stream. Don't you hate live streamers who are like, you know, subscribe, donate, or, you know, GTFO? Like, what are you doing here watching this for free? Are you not gonna tip? Are you not gonna pay for this free service? Like, yeah, there's an implied thing of, like, if you like it, it is appreciated if you throw money my way, because I live on money. It is one of my favorite things. You know, that there is an implication that is a thing you can do. But when you imply that it's a must, you remove the magic. When I was a waitress, I was paid $4.75 an hour because my minimum wage counted tips that I could or could not have. No. So Carrie, right, you're right. That there are some states where they will pay you less, a tipped wage, and then you have to make up the rest in tips. And if you don't make up the rest in tips, I get it. I know that thing. It's a thing in lots of states. I'm very aware. I'm fully confident that is a real thing.
Not a tip.
And not a tip. Thank you, Mischievous. My point here, the only thing I was trying to say is that there are places where they do not have those same laws, where you must pay your mate, but they don't have less of a tipping culture because it has nothing to do with that. That is just a convenient side truth. Actually, it's a fun little. There's a little bit of racism rooted in it if you want to dive into the whole story, because it meant that as a, you know, you can effectively as employees pay, you know, certain people of certain races, you know, less than minimum wage, and then you can argue it's made up on the tips, which of course you're more likely to make under certain conditions because we tip people that we like, because that's what service really means under some extent. You know, that there is a genuine why, you know, I just don't understand why everyone feels so strongly about, it's like, can't we just admit to ourselves that we do something because it makes us feel good? Why do we have to make it like a physical requirement to exist in this world? Anyway, so how's the world going? This is my first time catching a stream, says Brandon Tafner. Welcome to the live stream. Also, know what you're saying, just adding the combo. Thank you, Carissa. I really do find it interesting. Like, again, like, I thought most of the parlance on tipping comes from people who aren't involved in it, right? Like, and that makes sense. That's most people in the world. But, like, it's so interesting when you learn that, like, you know, as an outsider, the solution is like, well, yeah, you just pay them enough that there's no tipping. And people that like expensive establishments are like, no, why would I want less money? Tipping is appreciation for something. Here's yours. Thank you, Bearded Wanderer. I like the term gratuity, but the thing I don't like is places like hotels would be like, and here is the included gratuity, non-optional gratuity. And it's like, you can't have a non-optional thank you, right? A non-optional thank you is a price. So the gratuity, if you want to become a member and access, you know, the Iron Brew Bath video, is what is it? What does it cost to be a member on the channel? $4.99. That's the gratuity. You're just showing your thankfulness for me bathing in Iron Brew. Do you have any idea the amount of orange liquid that went inside my body? You would be surprised. I would hope you would be surprised. They don't want to list the price, so that it seems lower. See, that's what the actual reason is, and that is why it should be. Again, if we're gonna have, you can make an argument that we don't need advertising laws, and that, but like if we make an argument that you can't advertise false things about a product, which is the world we live in, you cannot argue that a product, you know, you can't be like, oh, this is, I'm selling this great new video. Sorry, I'm selling this great new product. It's cigarettes, but instead of giving you cancer, it makes you funnier, you know? I can't claim to sell that product if I don't have verifiable proof to back up those claims, right? That's not controversial. I think we all know that. However, oh, that's useful. What you can do is you can argue that, well, since the price doesn't include the thank you, we can advertise that because it's a thank you, it's a separate price. And it's like, no, if there is a minimum price to access a service, you have to include those. When you buy an airline ticket, they can't argue, here is the price minus tax. In the UK, you can't, unless you're Costco for some reason. Whispers, we're CubeCraft in stream. This server is whispering to me. I actually think that's cool. I've spoken to the guys around CubeCraft a couple of times. Or the guys. I don't even know. It must be. There's 20,000 players on the server. It's got to be like a mega, you know, like a conglomeration of people. Not conglomeration of people, but like it's got to be several people working under an umbrella. But I always thought that was cool. Like people reaching out in that way, and you know, like wanting to see what's going on with people who play their stuff. You know, it's that difference. Like people who care about how their product is consumed versus people who just throw it out there or whatever. Anyway, so we've spoken about tipping today, and so let's talk more about tipping, huh? It's okay. I've been watching long ever since I watched you. I've been wondering if there's a specific reason you played Bedrock instead of Java. So the biggest reason, like, there's this fun thing, right? When you talk about reasons for anything, you often, like, it's easy to explain one way, when really the reality is a different way. And so, donation or tipping? We just want a non-optional donation. You know, actually, here's the crazy thing, right? If you, sorry, I wanna go back to my Java Bedrock thing. Having speed feels like the Minecraft version of doping. I agree with that definition. I think that, okay, I lost my second train of thought in a row now. Can I choose the next philosophical quandary to discuss as source specialist? You know what? Go for it. Whatever your next comment is, we're gonna discuss it, assuming it doesn't break the stream rules. So go for it. Source specialist. I like sources. Whatever you say, and no matter how much I hate talking about it, we're gonna do it anyway. I'm putting a lot of trust in you here, source specialist. No pressure, no biggie. You know, this is just the whole stream. We're all waiting on you. You know, nothing big here, Mr. Source Specialist. What even is the best sauce? Like, we all know the answer. We're just afraid to say it. It's definitely burger sauce, right? I think burger sauce is like the worst good sauce. That's my hot take. Or the best bad sauce, maybe. Like, whenever I buy burger sauce, I just put it in everything, and it works on everything. Like, poorly, but it works, you know? Source specialist, this is 100% my own question. When will you release 1.20, says Says Robert Prost Lipper. Oh my god, I need to pay attention to the parkour. It's hard. I only came here because of the title. I do want to get back to like real streaming with titles that people actually want to click. I just feel like, again, after we've gone so long, we have to ease into it. Remind myself, it's easy enough to do. I'm getting really tired, by the way. Can you really... Okay, so Source Specialist finally has the philosophical quandary of the day. Can you really enjoy something that you do as a job? So, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, is what people say. I think the reality of it, though, is something like this. For lots of jobs, namely, I would say, technical jobs. Okay, we can... Yeah, sprinting with the speed effect, I find to be so hard. Like, offline or online. I wonder if that's a Minecraft bug or if it's, like, the way I play problem. But, people, like, I think there's a little bit of truth to that in that, like... If you look at, I don't know, people who have to... Journalists or sport commentators, they have to be really good at following a thing. Like, I don't know, for an example, also thank you very much, Jack Cuff. You know, you have to like really know your subject. I remember once, I think it was in my economics class, my teacher was just like, yeah, if you want to be good at this, you need to just follow this like it's a passion, you know? Here's a good magazine you can read. You'll find it interesting. If you follow this like it's a passion, you'll be better at it as a subject. And I think there's a big truth in that. Like, if you want to be a really good computer programmer, you can't just, you know how to program, show up at work 8 hours a day and program. You need to be looking at new techniques, learning about the orthodoxy, etc. And same to some extent with, like, I don't know, me in Minecraft, right? If I hate Minecraft, I will be worse at my job. If I don't enjoy the game, in these videos, if I'm like, I hate these blocks, why do we do parkour? It's just jumping from blocks to other blocks, and then to other blocks, and then why do we have speed right now? It doesn't even make sense. But like, yeah, if you hate what you're doing, it makes it worse, in a lot of ways. So, can you ever enjoy it? There's obviously people who enjoy the things. But can you ever, like, you know, like, would it... There's an argument like, wouldn't this be better if you didn't do it for a job? And the best example to me is traveling. I love traveling so much, but people who do business travel for a job learn to hate travel. Because you're going through all the pain of traveling. You know, you're showing up at an airport at 7 a.m., you're staying away from home, etc., etc., etc. You're doing all of the pain of traveling, but instead of getting the big gains, you're like, oh, you're seeing these beautiful views. You're just seeing boring business rooms, and you're staying in what basically is the same hotel, but in a different place. And so, I think that a certain amount of something can be ruined by doing it as a job. But I wouldn't say that it ruins it altogether. I'd say that the logical continuation of loving something is wanting to do it for an economically productive reason. A lot of people say things. I mean, a lot of people say things in general. But you'll hear a lot of things along the line. No, okay, I just want to make it to the end. So we have like a guideline of how long that takes us, you know? A lot of people say something along the lines of like, not everything needs to be economically productive. Like, you know, not side hustles don't need to make money or whatever. It can just be enjoyable. But at the same time, I think that the logical endpoint of really liking something is wanting to do it full-time as your job, and in a way that is like economically beneficial to the world. Because that's what we as humans do, right? We provide value to other human beings. That is the ultimate underpinning principle behind the economy, behind whatever else we're doing. The modern world is underpinned on we provide value for each other's, and then we're rewarded for it. Wouldn't you like to provide value for people in your thing? Being forced to do something makes it feel worse. You have to do your job, so your passion is less enjoyable. See, right, that is the ultimate truth. I think, though, you're conflating two different things. You're conflating having a job with having a boss. I checked vulnerability. Mini maps are currently operating. Doesn't look like there should be any issues regarding them. Can you try joining Cuboid again so we can get a devlog? Ooh, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Oh. Let's see what happens. Okay, Cuboid. Where's it at? Starting map. Okay, it works this time. See, that's real cool. That's why you need server owners in the chat, really. Or admins or moderators. They said they're in chat's Coopcraft, but I didn't see a message, and I felt bad. I was like, you shouldn't do something for the sake of making money. You should do it because you enjoy it. Nope, wrong. Sorry to tell you, Zishan Asif, but either you have a lot of money to have that opinion already, or you're gonna make a very dumb decision that I'm gonna stop you from right now. I wanna use this right now as the moment to mention, like, no. The majority of your life is where you get to make the really cool decisions solely based around what you want and what is good, etc. However, your job is the source of the income that can provide that. You know, if you don't have, okay, we'll go extreme, right? If you don't have anything in your life that creates money, and you have no existing money because you're not, you know, wealthy from family or whatever else, then you know, like, how much can you enjoy? Do you wanna go out and eat some noodles? Can't afford the noodle store because you don't have the. They require money. Why do they need money? Don't they know that? I thought they love making noodles. They should do it for free. The worldview I have, at the very least, is that you shouldn't do things that you hate. Like, that's where we always we always end up as a society, being like, should you do something you despise if you make really good money? And I think that a lot of people can say, yeah, that's fine, and like, that's a big resolve to have. I think we can maybe shy away from that. Sure, that makes sense. And if you have the option between two equally paying things, one that you love and one that you don't love, why would you not pick the one that you love? However, I think that it's easy to forget about money in the abstract without also remembering that we live in a world where we need lots of things that other people do, and other people like to do things in exchange for money. It's crazy to say out loud, but it's true. Do you want, you know, do you want someone to walk your dog for you? You're gonna need to exploit your friendship, or you give them money. Trade school is better than college, says CJM Gzogzo. Depends on the profession, right? I think I think one of the most interesting. Okay, so CJM XOXO, that proves a really interesting point, because trade school takes the same time as college if you're American, university if you're in the rest of the world. University takes roughly the same time as trade school. Sometimes it takes longer, but there are so many things, like the majority of people who graduate from the more esteemed, harder body, like, they graduate and they make less money. There are exceptions to that, but you can, if you're a plumber, you'll make there was a plumber who was a subscriber of mine for a while, and he made, I mean, this is just what he said, but he said he made $300 an hour in the particular city that he worked in, and I was like, my God, that's a thing. And the fact that I have to pay, you know, even when I find the cheap plumber, it's like £80 now here. It's like, man, yeah, plumber is really good money. How much do you make with your, even if you get a pretty marketable degree, you know, you're like, I have a business management degree. It's like, yeah, you will eventually make more than that. But if you have like a generic degree, like I got a degree in English literature because I love literature so much, and I wanted to specialize in it for my life. It's like, you will earn less than that person. Even though, again, being that specialized in English literature probably is harder than being specialized in, like, well, that when there's a toilet that's broken, it's you gotta fix the S-bend pipe, and when the S-bend pipe is all good, then you fix the U-bend pipe. When the U-bend pipe is broken, then oh my God, you're screwed. You want to get out of there as fast as you can. I actually, my toilet's blocked right now, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't even know how a plunger works, honestly. I bought a plunger, and I don't understand. Like, I need to, you know, it's a thing. You know, see, I could do with that knowledge of experience. But the difference though, the reason that there is an oversupply of people studying English literature, for example, and an undersupply of people, like, I don't know, gender studies is the wacky one, right? Or sociology. The reason there is an oversupply of people studying those and undersupply of people studying plumbing is because it's hard to be in love with plumbing. Like, you know what just gets me excited in the morning? Thinking about running water. I'm lying to you. Running water doesn't really excite me. I had a can of birthday cake. Where did I put it? One sec. Internet. The last thing I did with my vehicle that I rented is I went to a is it called a home goods store? I don't know what the instead train your offspring to mod toy cat chats. Gotta give credit to Cat for this again. But there's a does anyone know why I get exhausted running up the stairs? Like, I can do a long... I climbed a mountain. It was 9 hours of hiking or something on Saturday. But I climbed the stairs in 5 seconds. My body's like, you need to calm down there, buddy. Right? Because stairs suck. Okay. Yeah, I think people following what they love leads all of us into a worse scenario. Whereas if people just admit to themselves, I am doing what is functional and what's needed, not only are they making a good living for themselves, being a plumber or whatever, but now there are more plumbers, which is an important thing that society needs. Electricians are another great example. You know, like, everything runs on electricity, but people think about, like, well, I'd like to be a, I don't know, game designer. I'd like to be a, I would like to be the person who, you know, I want to do the marketing. How did those quarter block channels in the dirt there with staircases? Oh yeah, that's what they did. Yeah, I really like the way that it looks. Someone's got a very annoying effect following them. And that can we wait? Can we just turn them off actually? I bet we can. Oh no. Oh yeah, we can just turn them off, and that way I don't see their friends plus party. There we go. It's weird. You can see their little particles on their feet. Anyway, parkour with a heart rate monitor. The humanities what make us human. Literature and history and music are necessary. Sorry, Imo, says Lizzie S. See, my argument there wasn't that they're not necessary, right? A lot of people, a lot of people do have this argument that any degree that is not like, I think is it STEM? Science, technology, engineering, and maths. A lot of people argue they're the only ones worth getting because they're the only high-paid ones. But my argument is instead something like this. We have an oversupply. We have too many people who want to be those things. And even crazier than that is we have people who would do those things in their free time and who can then do the whole, like, rising up it. Like, if there is something people are passionate enough about and that isn't necessarily economic, people will do in addition to their... You know, it's like, eating food is important, but there is not... That isn't to say that there should be a million restaurant critics in the world. Like, we can probably do fine with, like, 75. That is the number of restaurant critics that the world needs. Any more than that, and we're, you know, like... If you're imagining a world where you just get to... Yeah. Is YouTube a good job? I like YouTube in general. What I don't like is this aspect of... Like, it's one of the most isolating things about the job of YouTube is that my job is not what it seems like to everyone that looks at my job. And that sucks on some level of like, you know, there are always people who are like, oh, you just play games for a living. And right now, I'm playing games, and then every now and then someone's giving me a little bit of money. Effectively meaning I am playing games for a living. Although we're talking about, I would argue, deeper subjects. Not as many people can do STEM stuff, though, says Super King 100. Yeah, no, that my argument is like, everyone should find the most valuable niche for society. That we all focus on what society can do for us without remembering that it's actually about what we can do for society, right? The society doesn't owe you, the world doesn't owe you, you know, a living or this or that. You need to provide something first, right? That's the hard trade-off between rights and responsibilities. If you want you know, like life is a give and take. Sadly, we have not got an infinite source of things. My hottest take is there's no such thing as an easy job. Yeah, I think that's another thing where like, the only easy job would be like easier than another job. Like, it's objectively easier to, I don't know, work at, you know, I've always wanted one of those jobs where you're standing there on the off chance that someone does come in, right? Like if you work at a car rental counter, I bet they actually don't have jobs like this anymore. But if you work at an airport car rental counter, like but a small airport, where there's 3 flights a day, or something like that, then you are there 9 to 5 or whatever your hours are. But there's only 3 batches of work to do in a day. They probably make you do other things that like ruin the cushiness of that job. But even then, it's not easy, right? It's dealing with customers, which is a skill, and blah 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 blah. Okay. I've got a thing for you here. It's net. I went to this home goods store where they sell weird things, and you know how people are like in a hurry these days? Here is birthday cake in a can. They genuinely describe it as don't eat it, drink it. Do you think I'll enjoy this? It claims to have no sugar. I just like buying weird drinks, and so this is the weird drink that I have purchased. When you run from sitting down, the heart rate increases rapidly, making you tired faster. When you run from sitting down. Oh, so like because I'm sitting down right now, it's unresting, and because I did a big exercise all of a sudden. I had a job like that at a library when I was younger. It was really nice. Yeah, I bet that eventually some people like get bored of like the lack of challenge or whatever. Birthday cake equals no sugar, right? I mean, it means they're gonna use aspartame or phenylalanine or whatever it's called. There was a Japanese canned good where it literally has cake in the can. Oh, I saw that. I thought it was a really cool idea until I realized like this is not a very novel concept at all. Oh my god. Short form videos are on the rise, such as on TikTok, not YT Shorts, as it seems Elon Musk and Jordan Peterson quotes. What's your plan for the future where everyone is only watching short videos? Short videos don't monetize basically at all. It's a real problem, honestly. I think one of the ways I'm lucky is like as YouTubers moved shorter, I would like to believe that I do my best to, like, I don't know, it's, I think that it will be harder and harder to find a new audience for long form video, and that is going to be a tragedy. But I also think that clearly, like, a lot of people will make this argument that consumers are wrong, and it's like, you know, consumers can be misguided at worst. But you can't ever say people are wrong because it leads to not what you want as a producer. Like, if, you know, here's an example that annoys me. People who say, like, ready meals are so bad. Or, what's the American term? TV dinners, maybe? I don't know why they're called TV dinners now that I think about it. Maybe I'm thinking about something else. Anyway, but, you know, like, a meal that is pre-packaged, pre-prepared, pre-cooked in a box. You throw it in the oven, and it cooks at the exact same rate, and then you have a meal that all it took was opening the box, putting it in the oven. And like everyone makes this argument all the time. They're really bad and they're high in salt and sugar and it's just not good for you. Or whatever it is, you know. Same with people who like are so vehemently anti-McDonald's. Like eating a Big Mac is literally poison. You know, like I was gonna do it, but then I remembered that I care about my body. It's like a temple. Pass the crack pipe, by the way. But you know, the people make the argument that like the products are bad and the people. It's like no, people want those things. Maybe people's desires are wrong, but that's a different argument. I think that people are watching more short form video because it means you can watch more in less time. You know, like attention spans are permanently at risk on the internet, and so being able to just watch a 20-second interesting video is great because it means you can watch so many more, or you can give so many more a try. Can I tell you about some weird YouTube shorts I watched that I would never try watching a full video for? There's a guy who sits in his racing car bed and he talks about weird motorsport facts. I don't care about them, but every time they show up, I'm like, yeah, sure. There's like all these sorts of like funny comedy videos. I don't know, like there was it's something along the lines of like I saw there's this Asian guy, maybe you know who I'm talking about, but I saw a video of an Asian guy being like, my what, you know, after I did all these bad things, my wife left a note on the fridge saying this isn't working, but I called a fridge repairman over and it was working just fine. And then he's like really confused about it. That's funny. It's one joke. It's 20 seconds. He couldn't make that into a 15-minute video. And I got entertained by it. And he got probably like 0.4 cents. Wait, no. It's less than that, right? It'd be it'd be a half cent or a full cent if it was a YouTube video. Because it's a YouTube short, he's getting maybe paid like 0.005 cents or something for my watch. Like, it's hilarious how little that matters, but it's something, right? He gets one joke to me that otherwise I wouldn't see. He gets 1/200th of a penny. 25+ minute videos are good for white noise sleep. I think that on YouTube a lot, there's going to be videos that tend towards the super long length of things. Something I wanted to do for a long time, and like maybe I still should, is I wanted to just do a 10-hour long uncut video. Just here is a 10-hour video. Enjoy it. I think that whether that's actually great or not in the long run, different question. Also, why am I... Oh my god. How am I doing so badly at this? I feel like I've been trying for so long. So that means 200 views for a penny, says CLX Vampire. Yeah, I watched a... So again, I'm not involved in the TikTok space. I watched a Hank Green video. And he said that his current CPM is 2.5 cents per 1,000 views. So, in other words, 400 views for a penny. And that's pre-tax, obviously. 400 viewers to make a single penny. Like, the really sad reality is that people have realized for a while, now that YouTuber is the dream job, like making content in whatever form, there are so many people who want to do it, and you don't need to pay them like, I don't know, like 6-figure salaries or whatever people make above the sun, you know, top 10,000 or whatever. Like, you don't need to pay them millions of dollars a month like some YouTubers are, because this is their dream job. They will do it for significantly less. It's the same. Every industry that has talent realizes this. Like the music industry. You ever hear about like, oh yeah, record executives and like how much money they take? And it's like, yeah, they just worked out that they could take this money, and how is it ever going to go back to them? It's kind of one of the most messed up things when you really dive into it. That just, yeah, people like agents take 10% of your money just to do what exactly? They don't do the work. And because, you know, acting was a very popular job. So was being a music artist. any job that is incredibly popular, people work out their way to like leech into the money-making part of it, I guess. Another episode of Toycat going on rants on normal stuff. Seems normal, says Slava, Ukraine. You know what? That does describe the live streams. Toycat, what about pro athletes? See, here's the funny thing. The wildest one to me is that even most Olympic level athletes, athletes that are competing at the Olympics, are doing it as a hobby. Like it is the uncommon thing to be. Do you need an agent? I think there's a. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'd watch a 10-hour Toycat video. A lot of people did watch the was it 8-hour stream of me going to the end without like getting any ender pearls. Very interesting thing. Okay, I think I finally got this. I finally am gonna make it to the end. Come on. Oh, I'm never gonna do that again. How long did I spend on one map? You remember when Son uploaded the entire Fellowship of the Rings of Lord of the Rings, but every time Sam takes a step, he says, "This is the farthest I've ever been from home." I think one of the weirdest things. So I can't have plans to attend Insomnia this year. Oh, I didn't like attending events before, mostly. Like, I like attending the occasional event. Now I can just say, sorry, COVID, wouldn't be safe. You know, oh yeah, what's that? You gonna try and tell me it would be? Yeah, you wanna kill me and my grandparents? Is that what that is? I have the social out for every excuse now. You know, why didn't I read your comment out? I'm sorry. I still think, the number of things that aren't happening, like, can I tell you the real upsetting thing? I only learned this is happening in America too recently, so I feel like it's a broadly relatable concern. But, my local Tesco stopped being 24 hours during the pandemic. You know, like, I feel like there's very few 24-hour things in the world, in the UK, I should say. There's McDonald's for some reason, which is always 24 hours. I have no idea how they get that, like, license and other places don't. But, yeah, I'm sad that they started closing at midnight. Because, honestly, if you think about it, so many people must steal during the night. And, like, how many sales are they really getting? And, like, they have to employ someone to watch the... Like, do they actually make that money back compared to just forcing you to go in later when everyone else does? And I guess they have the data now that says, oh, yeah, we make a loss opening 24 hours, and people don't care when we stopped. What about petrol stations, though? Oh, that's a good point. I should try going to a petrol station. Because, like, I live near a ton of petrol stations. I bet if I go to a petrol station at night, they'll be open. It's not the same as a... It's not the same as a, you know, like a... In case you're curious, this is like a Walmart size equivalent. It's not the Walmart classiness. It's like maybe a half step above it. All of our 24-hour businesses, like Walmart and grocery stores, start closing early, about 2 to 3 months before COVID was announced to the public. Really, before? Now that is interesting. I just want the world to be back to normal. And I'm so confused by people who don't want that. I say I'm confused. I honestly, if you're a germaphobe, I keep thinking about how bad the last 2 years have been, but then how much worse because at least for the last 2 years, if you're a germophobic person, right, you're horrified of germs and bugs and, you know, all that stuff. And then for the last 2 years, everyone starts taking your side. Like, I had a friend of a friend who is really weird about always using hand sanitizer. Like, so strange about it. Like, got like a real problem. And so, imagine how, like, imagine how great they must have felt when everyone who's been calling them weird this whole time, like, you don't need to, like, they are now using it too. Aha, I told you, everyone. They must be thinking in their head. And like, okay, now we're going to be making sure that we, you know, don't come into work sick or whatever else. And they're like, aha, everyone, maybe we listen to me more. And then, you know, like, time passes and everyone realizes, like, wait, please, why aren't you listening anymore? There are still diseases out there. Why are you touching the handrails on the escalator or whatever else? I guess my thing here. Would you leave the Minecraft videos channel and only record jumping videos if you could live out of it? No, I don't. I definitely want to. I would want to keep both, regardless of which one was more profitable. How about we talk about how bad hand sanitizer smells now? It never used to smell this bad, but now it's awful. Oh yeah, there's two things about hand sanitizer. Like, I actively avoid hand sanitizer whenever I can. Even if my hands are dirty, I'm like, I'll take the risk on the disease rather than putting an unknown fluid on there, please. No, so close. Yeah, sometimes you get hand sanitizer that smells awful. I'd say pretty often now. But then sometimes it feels awful. It feels like, you know, lube or something. Like, it's really thick and, oh, it's just the worst thing to put on your hands. That for some reason it's socially... There are some places that, like, ask you politely, like, just put this stuff on there. And it's like, no, I shall not. This is... I mean, I don't actually say that. I put it on my hands and then I just mentally think, like, oh, this is terrible. But, like, I wish we all had the... I wish we'd worked out, like, a consistent standard of, like, consistency of, like, alcohol percent or whatever else. And of, like, the smell. Like, hand sanitizer always smells like, I don't know, aloe vera. Problem solved. We're done. Could have been good. It feels awful. Right? It really does. The thick one is the best, lol. Oh, no, I cannot deal with the thick stuff. Because the trick is, the thinner it is, the reason hand sanitizer vanishes so quickly is because alcohol evaporates into the air way quicker than water does. I could be wrong on the balance of that, but that's my understanding. And so alcohol vanishes into the air quicker than water. And so clearly what you do is you mix alcohol with whatever else, and then it evaporates when you do that. But when they make it really thick, it stops working that way, and it stays on your hands for like 15 seconds. And now once it's really thick, there's this big problem of like, now I can't eat because I won't feel clean because I've got awful smelling gunk that's stuck to my hands. And I was like, why are you doing this? You don't understand the... Oh, that was weird, huh? You don't understand what sanitize means. It means clean. It doesn't mean make me feel dirty. I don't know. That's my hot take. I think it's the glycerol that makes it thick. Anyway, this has been fun. I have no idea what they even benefit. I'm level 3, by the way. I don't know what that even means. No, level 13. I know what the benefit of levels are on this in the slightest. I don't understand any of it, and I don't know if I ever intend to. But what I do like, what I like is just having this like chill thing to do in the background. I've been doing it a bit, and I just wanted to mention it in case anyone's curious as to what you're seeing in the background, as to why. Just like I think everyone has this certain sweet soft spot for just jumping around in Minecraft, looking around while focusing on other things, and that's really cool. Anyway, speaking of things that are cool, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, consider subscribing. And if you really liked it, then don't consider subscribing. The videos will come to you. Don't worry about it. I haven't drunken my candy can birthday cake. Should we do that? Let's do it. It's birthday cake in a can. It must taste delicious, right? Ooh. It tastes really good at first, and then it finishes with the same taste of like sugar-free knockoff energy drink. You know, like overly sweet in a bad way. Speaking of overly sweet in a bad way, I'll be live streaming again this week. Come check it out. Where do you check it out? I hear you asking. On the internet. Bye. Oh, I've got a video coming out tomorrow. I think you'll like it. Oh, I wanted to ask a question, internet. While we're here, actually. No, it's a bad place to ask it. That's a good way to end it. Okay, thank you. See you next time. Bye.